everyone, it's Lindsay. When I posted my video now a couple weeks ago, I asked if anyone had anything they wanted to see. Some of the answers were to bring you guys along for meal prep, whatever that looks like. So today I figured no better thing to do than to just start filming. We're making, I do a lot of freezer type meals, a lot of like prepped meals, and then I prep all my food for when I go to work. I don't buy anything while I'm at work. I just, excuse me, I just bring everything with me. So today I'm gonna be making shredded buffalo chicken and roasted vegetables for meal prep, like for my meals. I'm gonna be making stuffed shells as a freezer meal. I may do breakfast sandwiches for Audrey's breakfast and just kind of bring you guys along for that. So the breakfast sandwiches will be dependent upon if I get enough time, but I will be making the first two things. So if you wanna see shredded buffalo chicken in the Instant Pot with roasted vegetables and some ground turkey stuffed shells, then please stick around. I'm gonna be showing you all the ingredients right now. I forgot to mention this before I started, but of course all the measurements will be listed down below. That way, if you wanted to make anything, you can get all your ingredients gathered and start making it with us, or just make it later. So all the recipes will be down below. Okay, so these are for the first two meals. So the shredded buffalo chicken and the stuffed shells for a freezer meal. So everything I buy is almost always an off-brand or the commissary brand, because we're on a military base. So you'll see some brands you probably don't have at home, but it's all the normal stuff. So I have one box of jumbo shells. I have a jar of marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, those are both shredded. I have some minced garlic, an egg, some cottage cheese. And again, I always try and buy food that is about to expire, because you can get it on like reduced price. And then I make it or prep it that day or the next. That way it's still good, it's within the date. It's just, you know, a less cost. I have 1 pound of ground turkey breast. This is the very, very lean turkey. I have a foil container. This will be for the stuffed shells to be frozen in, and it has a lid here. I just bought a ton on Amazon. I have a sheet pan with foil covered for the roasted vegetables. I bought these pre-cut frozen vegetables. So this is sweet potato, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. And I have 2 bags of that, and then I have 1 bag of frozen organic broccoli. And then I have 3 chicken breasts with some Frank's Red Hot sauce, some garlic salt, some olive oil, and pepper. So that is everything you'll need for the first 2 meals today. And so I think I'll just get to making these. Nothing is hard about these. The only equipment you really need are some sort of pan to freeze in. It doesn't even have to be disposable. A sheet pan, and then I'm gonna be using my Instant Pot today. Okay, so to the Instant Pot, I'm just adding 3 frozen, they're completely frozen solid chicken breasts. And then I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of this Frank's Red Hot and a 1/2 cup of water. So I'm gonna use my Instant Pot here. I'm gonna put it on pressure cook and put it on 25 minutes and just on normal pressure. And then that'll go ahead and start whenever it comes to pressure. So I opened all 3 of those bags of frozen vegetables, so you can see the roasting vegetables, the broccoli's right here in the middle. So to this Ziploc bag, I'm just gonna add an eyeball, about a tablespoon or 2 of oil. I'm gonna seal the bag and shake it to just make sure all the oil is even throughout all the veggies. And then I'll pour it on that roasting pan. So now that that oil is all even, I'm just gonna pour it all onto this roasting pan and just try and get it as close to one layer as I can. I'm just gonna spray with a simple cooking spray just to make sure there's oil all over. Garlic salt, and pepper. Now that the oven is preheated, I'm just gonna throw this in the oven. It's preheated to 450, and I just watch it. It's normally anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes until you see kind of the edges of the vegetables turning brown and golden and crispy and delicious. So water's boiling, I'm just gonna put the shells in, and those cook for 6 minutes. This turkey is almost done. So I'm just gonna give that a quick stir. Okay, so this finished. I'm gonna release whatever pressure's left. And that's what the chicken looks like. I'm gonna let this just cool. It can sit in there for a long time. I'll just let it cool, and then I'll shred it with my hand mixer. So the veggies just came out of the oven. They are nice and brown and crisp, and so I'm just gonna let these cool. Okay, I was a little bit interrupted by kids and nap time and things. So where I am now, I have the noodles or the shells completely boiled and ready. They're cooled. I have the turkey right there, the ground turkey, ready to be seasoned and mixed into the cheese mixture for the stuffed shells. The vegetables are cooling right there, and the chicken is ready to be shredded. So starting from now, I'm gonna shred the chicken, get the mixture ready for the shells, stuff those, get those in the container, and then I will portion out the vegetables and the chicken for my meals this weekend. So that'll be the next part. I've added my seasoned turkey to a mixing bowl. I'm just gonna add an eyeball of garlic powder to that. It's probably about a teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons. I'm going to add my full tub of cottage cheese. It's a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese and an egg. And then I'm just going to add some salt and pepper to taste. Normally I would add spinach, but I really want my kids to eat it. And I don't know if my kids are like yours, but if mine see anything that is semi-healthy, they won't touch it. So for today, I'm just making a spinach-less stuffed shell. So I'm just gonna give this a good mix, make sure it's all nice and mixed together. The egg is distributed and the cheese is all mixed through. Okay, that is all the way mixed. So now what I'm gonna do is bring this mixture over to the shells. I'm gonna pour some sauce on the bottom of the pan, and then I'm just gonna stuff my shells. Okay, so in the pan I sprayed non-stick cooking spray. I'm just gonna pour about a cup of sauce onto the bottom and spread that around evenly. And it's just enough on the bottom to where they won't stick or be dry or like over bake the pasta. You want it to be sitting in some sort of sauce. This is actually really, really good if you do it with like a taco seasoning. So you make the same mixture with the cottage cheese, but you use like taco flavored, or like the ground turkey with the ground turkey with taco seasoning, and you use cheddar cheese, and then you do like an enchilada or a salsa on the bottom. It's so good. It tastes like little miniature tacos, and then you just top with cheddar cheese or like a Mexican type, you know, the taco, or I think it's called Mexican type cheese. So really I'm just gonna start filling these shells. They'll stand up really nice once they're all in there, but until they have a row, they kind of just fall over, and that's okay. And it's also fine, I call it fine, if you let them kind of smoosh out, because who doesn't like to eat the smoosh out? You know what I mean? Like when it falls out the sides, who doesn't love that? So I just let that happen. Okay, then with the remaining sauce, I like to kind of spoon it on so that no one shell has way too much. Okay, and then now I'm just gonna cover them with mozzarella. Okay, so now that it's all done, this is where you could either put the lid on and freeze this, and you just freeze as is. And I always put what it is, when I made it, and directions. Or you can pop this in the oven at 375 covered for 20 minutes and then uncovered for 10 minutes, or just until the cheese starts getting golden brown. So that is the stuffed shells, and now I'll move on to the meal prep. So the chicken is completely cooled. I'm gonna use my hand mixer here and just shred this. This is the lazy way to do it. I used to get out my KitchenAid mixer, but it just dirties so many things. So the chicken is completely done. You could use this for dip or for wraps or for like a casserole, but I'm just gonna have this plain. I just like it shredded so I can mix it with my vegetables. I like the flavor, so I'm gonna start portioning this now with my vegetables. So I have my scale here because I do like to measure to make sure that everything is even. I'm just zeroing it out in ounces so I can do the same amount of vegetables and chicken, so we'll kind of see how that portions out. So that is 6 ounces of vegetables. I'm just gonna zero again, and then I'll add my chicken. And that's almost exactly 5 ounces of chicken. So this is my normal lunch for work. So I just put these in pre-portioned containers so that I can just grab these for work. And that's 4.9, so perfect. This is probably driving all of the people crazy that like things like completely even. But my containers are 3-section, so I can't do that right now. Okay, so I'm all finished with all the meal prep and the cooking. My stuffed shells are in the refrigerator. We actually decided to have them tonight instead of what we meal planned. So we're gonna have the stuffed shells tonight. I have, let me see if I can lift these up. Ooh. I have 4 of my meals prepped for the week. I find it super important for me to prep my meals because I am trying to lift and build muscle, and I'm tracking my food somewhat just to make sure that I'm having enough protein, enough fat, and enough carbs. I'm not dieting at all. I'm still breastfeeding, so it's not for diet, it's just to honestly make sure that I'm eating enough and that what I'm eating is of good quality. So I really like doing this, and all that aside, we really like doing it for the cost savings because we're trying to save for a house, we are budgeting, we are trying to just save as much as we can and invest as much as we can. So meal prepping keeps me from going to the store in the hospital or the galley and eating food that I don't need to because I already have my meals packed. So that is it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, please like it. Please let me know what you want to see, if there's any other meals that you would like to see or anything. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.